manager Alex Krassyuk, who says Wembley Stadium is in contention to host this fight. He told Sky Sports News, "We are now working on this fight, Usyk versus Dubois 2, Wembley Stadium as one of the options." Earlier this month, the ring learned from Dubois' father Stan that his son will be targeting a rematch with Oleksandr Usyk next.
The heavyweight division is on the brink of an explosion as Alex Krassyuk, manager of Oleksandr Usyk, has just dropped a bombshell. Wembley Stadium is now a serious contender to host the highly anticipated rematch between Usyk and Daniel Dubois. That's right, talks are already underway and Krassyuk has confirmed that Wembley is a top candidate for this epic showdown. Meanwhile, Dubois' father, Stan, isn't mincing words. He has made it crystal clear that his son is fully focused on securing this second shot at Usyk, determined to rewrite history. The first fight stirred up its fair share of controversy, leaving many unanswered questions. This time, however, it's all about redemption. Dubois isn't just looking for a rematch. He's out to silence the critics and prove once and for all that he has what it takes to dethrone Usyk. On the other hand, Usyk is not here to play games. He is ready to demonstrate that his first victory was no fluke and to reaffirm.
Alex Krassyuk, Stan Dubois, they're both saying the same thing. It seems inevitable that we're going to get Daniel Dubois, Oleksandr Usyk, the rematch, which will now this time, whereas first time it was a mandatory defense, this time it is actually going to be for undisputed, which is an interesting one.
His dominance in the division. If this rematch lands at Wembley, expect nothing short of fireworks. The question remains, will Dubois rise to the occasion, or will Usyk crush his dreams once again? Alex Krassyuk and Stan Dubois aren't just engaging in negotiations, they are making it abundantly clear that the rematch is inevitable. But this time, the stakes are through the roof. Unlike their first encounter, which was just a mandatory title defense for Usyk, this fight is set to be for the undisputed heavyweight championship. This isn't just another bout. It's a defining moment in boxing history. Dubois has been vocal about his desire for vengeance, burning with determination to avenge his first loss and prove that he can right the wrongs of their previous encounter. On the other hand, Usyk is laser-focused, ready to shut down any lingering doubts about his reign. The heavyweight division has long been craving a definitive, legacy-securing fight, and this could be it. This battle is no longer just about revenge or redemption.
He's not in the best place right now, but Usyk Dubois, would that of course overskip a Joseph Parker fight, let's say if that was to be revisited for the summer, providing Joe wins of course?
I'll hand deliver the contract tonight.
Yeah?
Of course, we all want to see the unification, but I want to see Joe come through. Joe's a Queensbury fighter as well. I want to see Joe come through.
It's about cementing a legacy. Can Dubois rewrite history and dethrone the champion? Or will Usyk once again prove that he is the true king of the division? The moment of truth is fast approaching, and it promises to be nothing short of explosive. Frank Warren, ever the seasoned promoter, is seizing control of the situation, ensuring that no delays or excuses stand in the way of Usyk versus Dubois 2. There will be no waiting for second chances. This is the moment that will define the future of the heavyweight division, and Warren knows it. While Joe Parker's recent performance may factor into the equation, one thing is clear: this fight is happening, and nothing will derail it. The excitement is palpable, with fans already on the edge of their seats.
Now, if Usyk-Dubois rematch does come off, apart from what you would hope for, a better refereeing performance, what else needs to change for Dubois to become victorious this time?
I think he's done everything he needs to do. He's changed a lot from that fight. He's grown up a lot. We've seen him in his last 3 performances that he's had. This is a different Daniel Dubois, and this will be. I believe this could be his time.
The collision of these two heavyweights is set to shake the boxing world, and Warren is wasting no time in ensuring that this rematch becomes a reality. Usyk versus Dubois has been building in the background for months, and if Parker decides to step up, the entire division will feel the ripple effects of what's to come. This fight isn't just another entry in the record books, it's a battle that will shape the future of the sport. The clock is ticking, and whether fans are ready or not, history is about to be made. Warren has ignited the heavyweight division with his aggressive push to secure the rematch, and the tension is reaching a boiling point. Usyk may still sit atop the division, but the cracks in his reign are starting to show. Daniel Dubois isn't stepping back into the ring just to settle old scores. He's returning with the intent to obliterate Usyk. Warren is convinced that this rematch could be Usyk's worst nightmare. Gone is the hesitant and uncertain Dubois from their first.
I think right now Daniel Dubois is the best heavyweight in the world, including Usyk.
Including Usyk?
I genuinely think that Usyk bamboozled him and caused him trouble and everything else. It'll be interesting to see, because Usyk's just spoken recently. He said, I've only got another couple of fights in me. I wonder will one of them be against... will he be against Dubois? Now, if Dubois...
Well, he said it, didn't he?
Yeah.
He has said that he will take the win.
Counter. This time, he's bigger, sharper, and more dangerous than ever. The controversy surrounding their first fight only adds fuel to the fire. Many fans and analysts believe that Dubois was not at his best that night, and that he has since transformed into a more formidable contender. Usyk, however, remains unfazed. He is determined to prove once again that his reign as champion is no fluke. With everything on the line, this fight promises to be the biggest heavyweight showdown in years. The build-up has been electric, and now all that remains is for the contracts to be signed and the date to be set. Whether at Wembley or another iconic venue, one thing is certain. When Usyk and Dubois step into the ring again, the boxing world will be watching. Who will emerge victorious? Will Dubois achieve redemption, or will Usyk reaffirm his dominance? The answer will soon be revealed, and when it is, the landscape of the heavyweight division.
I don't necessarily know if Oleksandr Usyk cares about becoming undisputed again. He's done that. So whereas some might say, oh, well, Daniel Dubois to become undisputed, I don't think that's Oleksandr Usyk's chase right now. I mean, he mentioned fighting Alex Pereira, who lost on the weekend, an MMA guy. So I think his thing now is just about having fun fights and the fights that make him the most money. When you look at the heavyweight landscape, what fight makes him the most money? It actually probably is Daniel Dubois.
Will never be the same. Get ready. History is about to be written. Surrounding the controversial stoppage and the brutal lessons he has learned, Daniel Dubois has undergone a complete transformation. He is now primed to shake the very foundation of the heavyweight division. On the other hand, Oleksandr Usyk has been practically untouchable. However, Frank Warren sees something others might overlook: a ferocious, rejuvenated Dubois ready to unleash chaos. There is no more hesitation, no more holding back. This is Dubois' moment, and the real question is, can Usyk survive the rise of this new beast, or is his reign on the brink of collapse? Barry Miggins's claim that Daniel Dubois is the best heavyweight in the world, even better than Oleksandr Usyk, is outright laughable. Sure, Dubois packs a punch, but when it comes to skill, intelligence, and ring IQ, he is nowhere near Usyk's level. In their first...
I think they go straight to Dubois versus Oleksandr Usyk. I think they go straight to it. It's the only fight that actually makes sense for Oleksandr Usyk, and it's the biggest money fight outside of fighting Fury again, which won't happen, and fighting AJ, which doesn't make sense. And unfortunately for Joseph Parker and for Agit Kabayel, I don't think they have a title fight. The only way they have a title fight, and it could happen, is if Oleksandr Usyk gets stripped or vacated.
Encounter, Usyk made Dubois look like a novice, wiping the floor with him and proving that power alone won't win championships. Yet now, Miggins wants to twist the narrative as if Dubois wasn't thoroughly outclassed. Let's not forget that Dubois had nothing but excuses after their fight, especially regarding the controversial low blow. Meanwhile, Usyk remains a tactical genius, breaking down opponents with surgical precision, while Dubois relies on sheer muscle and hype. The reality is, Usyk's career may be winding down, but Dubois thinking he has a shot at redemption is delusional. If a rematch takes place, it will be another one-sided beatdown, and this time there will be no excuses left. It won't be a fight, It will be a massacre waiting to unfold. Moreover, boxing analyst A. Olau
He's been mentioned that he wants to see Dubois versus Usyk. Look, Eddie Hearn can say what he wants about, oh, Daniel Dubois is the front runner. At the end of the day, if Turkey Aleksandr is saying that he wants to see Usyk versus Dubois, and it looks ever more likely that's what we're going to get, because Dubois is not going ahead with the Parker fight, and it doesn't look like he's going to give Parker a fight anytime soon,
has set the boxing world ablaze with his bold predictions about Usyk's future, sparking a heated debate. According to Olau, Usyk may have moved past the hunger for undisputed titles. He has already conquered that mountain. The desire for more belts seems to have faded. Instead of facing top challengers like Daniel Dubois, Usyk appears to be shifting his focus to money-making, headline-grabbing bouts. Olau pointed out Usyk's recent remarks about potentially facing MMA fighter Alex Pereira, who just suffered a loss, as a clear indication that Usyk may be prioritizing lucrative matchups over legacy-defining fights. With his place in boxing history already secured, Usyk seems to be playing a different game altogether. But what does this shift mean for Dubois and the heavyweight division? Is Usyk truly finished with the belts, or is there still a chance for him to reclaim his dominance and reign supreme once again? The future of the division just became a whole lot more uncertain. Meanwhile, sports analyst A.
He's got to be able to get them power shots off, but, against somebody like him, Usyk's not chinny, so he's got his work cut out.
Oladipo just dropped a bombshell prediction. A colossal showdown between Oleksandr Usyk and Daniel Dubois is on the horizon, and this clash is headed straight to the top. Forget undercard fights. Usyk versus Dubois is the one that matters, the battle that will define the heavyweight division. Sure, a rematch with Tyson Fury would be massive, but with that fight looking like a distant dream and Anthony Joshua no longer fitting the narrative, this is the clash that will dominate the headlines. On the flip side, Joseph Parker and Agit Kabayel are stuck without a clear path to a title shot, unless Usyk vacates or gets stripped of his belts. Oladipo isn't pulling any punches. This is the bout that will reshape the heavyweight landscape. The stakes have never been higher. So, what's your take? Will Dubois rise to the challenge and prove his doubters wrong? Or will Usyk once again show that there are levels to this game and leave Dubois in the dust? The answers will come soon enough, and the boxing world will be watching every second of it. On the other hand, despite Eddie Hearn's bold claim that
I disagree. I'm in the gym every day and I see these punches, and I've looked at that punch time and time again. It's in the groin, in between the hip and the pelvis. Get it there, and it'll put any heavyweight right off. So, it was definitely it was a low shot. Usyk, have we seen him wince to the body? Yeah, for sure. But he's got to get them shots there, hasn't he? And Usyk seems so far to have all the answers.
Daniel Dubois is the front-runner for a fight with Oleksandr Usyk. The reality is becoming undeniable. Dubois is doing everything he can to avoid facing the true test. Recent comments from Turkey have only added more fuel to the fire, with fans now convinced that Usyk versus Dubois is no longer just speculation, but a real possibility. The most telling sign, however, is Dubois' complete disinterest in facing Joseph Parker anytime soon. It's crystal clear why he's shying away from this matchup. Dubois knows that a loss to Parker could ruin his career prospects. On the flip side, by dodging this fight, he's only further proving that he's not ready for the heavyweight elite, including Usyk. If the Usyk versus Dubois showdown ever happens, Usyk will undoubtedly dominate him without breaking a sweat. The real question now is, will Dubois finally step up and accept the challenge, or will he continue dodging potential threats that could ultimately define his legacy? The clock is ticking, and his excuses are starting to wear thin. Meanwhile, Peter Fury isn't backing down. He sees the writing on the wall. Daniel Dubois is walking straight into a nightmare. Power means nothing when you can't land a clean shot, and against Usyk, Dubois will be swinging at thin air. Let's face it, Usyk isn't some knockout-hungry heavyweight looking to brawl. He's a ring tactician, a boxing genius who effortlessly makes bigger, stronger opponents look like amateurs. Dubois had the perfect opportunity to prove himself against Joseph Parker, but what did he do? He bailed, avoided the challenge, and now suddenly he's ready to face Usyk? That's not courage. It's pure delusion. Dubois is relying on a lucky punch. But when that punch never lands, what's left? A fighter who crumbles under pressure, a fighter who can't handle the heat. Usyk will make him miss at every turn, break him down mentally and physically, and expose Dubois for the fighter he really is. The question now is, do you seriously believe Dubois lasts more than 6 rounds? Or will this be another masterclass in destruction, with Usyk teaching him a brutal lesson in boxing? Peter Fury isn't buying into Dubois' excuses either. His so-called controversial low blow against Usyk was nothing but a blatant, cheap shot. After dissecting the footage repeatedly, Fury sees right through the charade. Dubois didn't land a clean body shot. He went low, either out of desperation or cowardice. Meanwhile, let's not forget, this is the same Dubois who quit against Joe Joyce and ran from Parker, and now he's crying foul over Usyk? Come on. On the other hand, Usyk has already proven time and time again that he can absorb body shots and still find a way to dominate. He's faced harder punchers, smarter boxers, and tougher fighters than Dubois, and what did he do? He beat them all. Dubois, however, has yet to show he can stand up to a real challenge without folding under pressure. When Usyk dismantles him again, will Dubois have another excuse, or will he finally admit he's just not on that level? The truth is, Dubois can talk all he wants, but at the end of the day, Usyk's greatness is undeniable. Like, comment, and subscribe for more updates on this heavyweight saga.